Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you here a Lego review of the Mandalorian Slave One. Don't call it Boba Fett Starship. You call it the Slave One. That's its name. Okay. So it's pretty simple. Just gonna say this is really nice. It it's really small and all that. Compared to all the other slave ones, and it's like, okay, well, I got this at Target for $40, okay, and I do feel like I got my money's worth out of it, but it was on sale. It was $10 off, so $50 it probably wouldn't go well with me and all that. There are some things I don't like about it. I like that it came with this little cart that could hold the Gamorrean guard. If you could see it. Let me adjust my light. Hot. Oh, it's already hot. Look at that. But yeah, you get the... I hate that it's a sticker. I hate that. But yeah, it can hold a Gamorrean guard and all that. And in the instruction manual, it says you're supposed to pretend to have Boba Fett climb up onto it, but I'll get to that later. So for $40, it's like, yeah, I feel like I got my money's worth out of it. Nice detailing in the back. You get this little handle to hold it, so you could go pew 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 with it. You got your stud shooters. You got these, and you can see there's a little bit of a difference on mine, but I'll get to that in a minute. So you get these rotating cannons, goes up and down, and all that, and the wings do swivel, and all that. How they're built though, they don't swivel all the way and all that. They stop at the moment, like right here. So it kind of shows that you got to always hold this thing at an angle. You can't have it straight forward, but I'm pretty sure in the movies it can go straight forward, can't kneel, and the wings will adjust. But it doesn't have it doesn't have the rotating cockpit. It's one of my problems. The cockpit is really lackluster. There's no place to hold your weapon either. It's just, yeah, Boba Fett can technically sit inside of it in different ways and all that, but he's supposed to go in like this. So let me put him in there. And you have to put his rangefinder down and close it, and there you go. Y'all can see him doing that. So a bit of a letdown, but for this size, it's okay. It does the job done. It's slightly bigger than the Cloud City one and all that. The back opens up so you can put the Gamorrean in carbonite. But again, there's no place to put your weapon. It's very open in location, so it's like, if you want that realistic feel, like of it being airlocked and all that, you're not going to get that. And also the Slave One is supposed to be huge in lore. So yeah, so for its size, as a toy, it works. So here are the figures and their weapons. You got the Boba Fett right after he gets his... Let me try to get the light to show it. There we go. That's better. How he's shown in, like, I believe it's episode 6 of The Mandalorian, season 2, where he just gets his armor back. It's nice printing. It's just the helmet and the jetpack are supposed to be dark green, though I kind of prefer the older look for Boba Fett. I don't like the newer, how they improve the look of the armor, making it look all new. I don't like that whatsoever. It looks wrong. He should be weathered and old. And he comes with that blaster I dislike. It's the police pistol with the lightsaber hilt. I immediately switched it to this one. Did a video on Boba Fett's Lego blaster, so yeah, I prefer this one on it. And this is my first Boba Fett that isn't the old one. Or that is actually Boba Fett and not some derivative. And all that, so. And here's what he looks like with my other blaster build. But he kinda, though I like it, he does have like a more thinner blaster in the show. So that's Boba Fett. Pretty nice figure all on his own. Here's his face. He has like the battle scarred clone looking face. I like that. It looks like a clone face. It's just damaged. And then we have the Mandalorian. No head turning. The mask is a little bit off. He looks a little derpy. He comes with his spear, his cape. He has back printing as well. If you bought him any Mandalorian set, you already got this figure. Okay? What I hate is that this is not his normal pistol. And all that. He usually uses the, it's supposed to be a baton piece. That's what they're technically supposed to be. But he normally uses the other piece. So I went in my own personal collection, gave him his rifle. Okay? So with me, it's like he has to have his rifle. So there we go. And this is the little cart. You can sit the figures inside. They have their little thing and all that. Nice build. I like the pieces for this too. I never had any of these kind of slope pieces and everything. And all that. So I like this little thing. And of course, you remove the Gamorrean. And you're supposed to put the ladder right here in this little wedge. And ta-da. It's a stand. And I love that they did that. I did not know that this came with a stand. So that was really nice. Now I'm gonna get into my gripes with this set. First things first is the front gun. This one, looking at all images I've seen in the movies and all that stuff, it's not supposed to rotate side to side. Also, this is relatively weak build. It falls apart real easily. So I modified it. So this is my modification. Right here. You can clearly see that. So I used most of the pieces that came with it. I used one of these bar pieces and the 2 lightsaber hilts. But I did need to get a black cheese wedge and a open stud and this open stud plate. So there you go. There's a closer look at them. And I still use the open stud that is also connected to the thing to help give it control. And I think it looks fairly like it's supposed to be there. It's a lot stronger and all that. And yeah, I don't mind the look of the original gun. It looks really nice. It's just kind of like, it's just, you can't fortify it. You can't put one of these plate pieces on it. They're too close to each other. And yeah, technically, you could also just use one of these, just attach it to the side, like onto the bar. Whoops. And it still technically works for its size. The guns are actually too big compared to the set, because the guns are actually really tiny on the Slave One. They're like, so this is technically wider, but it's shorter. It kind of has a better. It looks more like the thing from the book, from like the movie and everything. It's just, yeah, that's how it is. And I even like how, I guess you could say it's the armpit. It looks like it's really nicely detailed. Like there is circuitry in there and all that. So, and let me fix that wing. So, and another thing I thought I did with modding it, it's not a big deal. I added an extra ladder. Just put it like this. And it still works. It would still work. I do think it's a little bit more flimsier, but it still works with the Gamorrean guard as well. Put it like that as well. But if you have and you can put the Gamorrean guard back here. You can put the gun back there if you want, but I don't like doing that. So yeah, it's not bad. It just feels a little bit. See, it's a little bit more flimsier. It's flimsy anyway. It's like just putting it together again. It's bit more stable. But before I even started recording, this thing kept falling over. So yeah, it's not the most. It's stable, but it's stable in quotation marks. So yeah, and a little bit of a little bit of a treat. I have the original Han and Carbonite. I got it from the set with the Gamorrean Guard and Boba Fett. I had as a kid, and I like this because he fits inside and all that. I think he might be a bit too big because he's using, these are the original. No, he fits right. You just gotta put him in the other way. But yeah. And also another thing about the stand is like just when the ship's landed, it's supposed to be like this and all that. And this was a great build. The stickers were a little bit of a problem. These should have been prints. This one is a bit crooked. I didn't get close enough. Got this perfectly. And all that. These two right here. I got them perfectly. And there's some stickers right on the sides too that kind of don't really work for me because they're supposed to be right at the edge and you can't really have them at the edge and all that. But yeah, they should have just been prints. Because you're paying $50 for this thing. It's tiny. And all that. Just give us a little bit of extra stuff. Because now I'm going to get to another gripe. And all that. But other than that, I love the look of this thing. I've always wanted a slave one. Boba Fett's one of my favorite characters. And it's just... It's great. So... Those are the good things, I gotta say. Though one of the bad things, and here are the bad things. Original Boba Fett would not fit inside of it. His jetpack's too big. Okay, that's the aside. Nowhere to really put your gun. You could put it in the back space, but there you go. But here's the biggest problem. Other than the guns that keep falling apart. What is that? This is the biggest problem. It's not the rifle. He should have came with his rifle. Okay? There's plenty of room in the set for it. You get an extra lightsaber hilt anyway. No. Why is Mando in this set? That episode, and I have the box right here. You can see that they're using the scene from episode 6. So they're doing that whole... getting into the prison and getting into the base and all that. Not the prison, the base. Where Mando takes his helmet off. It should have came with a face print. It should have came with Mando in the Imperial armor. It should have came with Bill Burr's character. It should have came with Fennec Shan, or however you say her name, the sniper lady. It could have came with Cara Dune. It could have came with Boba Fett. Without the armor and everything. Without the armor print. Where he's a Tusken Raider. And he should have came with his gaffy stick. So, that's my big issue. It's like, I assume they think the figures cost like, probably, let's say $5. You could have dropped the price of this set by default. Even if you just had taken Mando out and just had it been Boba Fett and Slave One. Okay? And if anything, you could have had like an original series Boba Fett in this. So you could have had it for like both the OT and for the Mandalorian. So you could have thrown in Jango Fett instead. You could just to say like, okay, you have Jango Fett and all that. So, or any of the many characters, you could have had an extra figure in the set, like Fennec Shan or Bill Burr's character or whatever, and all that. So that's my issue with it. Like, Mando should not have been in this set. It should have been a completely different character. Okay. Now but I don't have a Mando, so it's not as big of a deal. It still bothers me, but I never had a Mando figure. So, me taking it as like, okay, I got Mando for the first time. I have the Slave One for the first time, and I have the recent Boba for the first time. I'm like, okay, I like this. I would have liked it a little cheaper. I would have liked it with a different character, but it's like a lot more. I would have paid $50 for that. $40 for what I got, perfectly fine. Now, should you buy this set? No, absolutely not. I only got this set to prove a point. To prove a point to my friend who was recommending a video game to me. And I was like, nope. I don't know about the updates and all that. It's like, because it's part of a series of games. It's Pokemon. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Okay? It's this whole thing going on with that. So that's the only reason why I bought it, because I ended up being proven right, and I decided I would rather use the money that I was going to spend on Legends Arceus to buy this. That's what I said, and I stuck to my word, and I bought this set. If that had not happened, I would not have bought this whatsoever. You do not buy this set because of this. Boba Fett's Starship. They changed. This was Slave 1. It was going to be called Slave 1. They changed that because they were cowards. Or they stood with terrorism. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat this thing. Okay, you can see by the look at me. What color am I? What am I? Okay? And I don't want to get political with my videos. But this is not a political thing. This is about cowardice. And I do not stand for cowardice. Okay? And I'm a man of my word. So I bought this set. And Lego were cowards. They changed the name because they thought they were going to get backlash from it. This is... One, I don't know why. I looked it up. I don't know why it's named Slave 1. I think it's just because it sounds cool. Okay? And it does sound cool. This is a cool ship. Cool name, cool character. Okay? But it's a bounty hunter. He probably did sell people into slavery. Okay? That could have been part of the lore as well. Originally, he was part of the Empire. The Empire used slaves. He's a bad guy. Okay? But you're gonna kneel to bad guys as well? No. You're gonna kneel to people who burn down buildings? Who kill little girls in drive-by shootings? No. Do not buy this set. Do not buy it. I buy third party. When I buy my Legos, I buy a third party. Unless I'm going to do a review of something, then I'll buy it. And I don't care if people hate me for what I say and all that stuff. Okay? All I'm going to say is, why are you booing me? Why are you booing me? How you know I'm right? So there we go. That's my tirade. Okay, but it's not up to me. You are the purchaser. This is just my opinion on the set. I say, like, if you don't have Mando, if you don't have a Slave 1, if you don't have the new Boba Fett, perfect, and it's on sale, perfectly fine. Buy it. Okay? I might even just post an entire video of the instruction manuals. It's a pretty... I left it in my room. I'm not going to go get it. It's a pretty nice instruction manual. It's like an actual book. Just so people could just copy it, make it their own colors and all that. Get all these pieces in blue. And make the Jango Fett version and all that. And it's cheap and small enough that, yeah, you can make a Jango Fett version of this and all that. If you could get this like on a super sale, then yeah, make a Jango. But out of principle, no, do not buy this set. Okay? I'm a principled person. But if I had not made that statement, I would not have bought this set. Okay? No matter how much I love it, I would not have bought it. Though I am glad I had bought it, because this set ended up being really nice. It just had some little flaws. Some personal, some not. But yes. So that's my tirade. That's my spiel. That's my review. Okay? You can like it, you can hate it. But I'm going to say what I want to say, and that's it. Okay? So y'all, have a good night, and may the force be with you.